in the Drivers' Championship. Then in the Constructors, we've got Aston Martin lead the way with 332 points then for the Green Machines. And we've got Williams then in P2 with Dartmouth.
No. Jó estét kívánok! Üdvözlök mindenkit! Remek estén! Reméljük sikerül egy jó versenyt zárni, és nem számoljuk el az üzemanyagot. Oda kell figyelni. Először kell egy jó időmérő, először is.
The drivers out here as well then, and we get ourselves started now then. Hopefully it will just jiffy anyway, but otherwise I'll just have to ramble on for a few more minutes. We'll crack on then eventually, yeah, looking forward to this one. It's going to be an exciting Grand Prix indeed as we get ourselves cracking then, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how the bronze drivers are going to fare around this technical circuit as well. Then it's going to be an interesting one indeed to watch. And to try and commentate, honestly, although I do my best to try and commentate, but I just miss everything. But we'll try our best. We've got a couple of debutants as well that we'll go through that when we get into qualifying then. Hopefully we'll get ourselves started in some point of time today. But at the moment we've got 3 drivers missing then, unfortunately. Jake the Slayer decided to take himself ill. Stead's having Wi-Fi issues, and we've got somebody else who's not got themselves into the lobby just yet, so there we go. But we'll crack on then in just a few moments' time, hopefully. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But welcome along then on a lovely Tuesday evening indeed. It's getting a bit cold now in the nether regions. I don't know what that is. Right, okay, yes, it's getting. This is why I don't ramble. This is why I need to qualify and get going quickly, because I am getting a bit lost indeed. But hopefully we can get ourselves started now. And yeah, we've got that timer ticking away then, so we can crack on then for qualifying then, which will set the grid then, of course, for 36 laps of action around the Zandvoort International Circuit. Or is it an international circuit? It's an international. Well, it's a circuit. So there we go. But great, we can crack on now then. Fantastic. And there we are. We can get ourselves started now, and hopefully we'll get ourselves led into qualifying then for a fantastic affair indeed then. And we'll see what the weather condition is going to say as well then, because this could be interesting to say the least. Then we'll find out in just a second. Oh, will we? Hopefully we will. There we go then. Oh, it's a bit overcast. It's not raining out there to be.
Húha, nehogy essen, bazzeg. Hát én nagy fasz kapok, hogyha esni fog. Jaj, srácok, ne essen már, nem szeretjük az esőt. No. Hú, jó van. Nincs eső szerencsére. Na jó, hát menjünk, azt melegítsünk be, srácok, hát a pártok nem szarozik. Gurul ki. Azt hagyd szólj. Mérnök nem mond semmit. Süket a mérnök? Okay.
Red Bull driver ahead.
Okay. Jó, hát megkezdjük. Reméljük nem vagyunk túl közel az autóhoz. Ajtó ég, gyerekek, akkor. Irány, ez be, BR, ez bekacsol, érkezünk az egyenesre, ezt már tövig nyomjuk, hát apátoknak tudjátok, két dolgot kell tövig nyomni. Gyerünk. Jó bemelegítő kör kell. Az meg nehogy utolérik a köröm. Nem lenne jó. De ezek utol fogjuk érni a csávót. Jó, hát ez egy kezdőkörnek jó szar volt. Jövünk a boxba. Feltartottak rendesen itt az útszélszektorba. Nem baj.
Less than one lap of fuel left now, the tank's pretty much empty. Understood, stopping this lap.
Just a jiffy, then Liam's done a 13-1, but again, I think similar to Dark Shadow, he turned off the ALR then earlier on in the lap then to maybe go again on another attempt then. Let's see what Vintage can do then in the Haas machine then as we fly through into the final ball and then the banked turn then. This is where it gets a bit tricky then, doesn't it? As DRS is now enabled as well as we go through into that final corner then and up to the line then for Vintage. What's it going to be then for the Haas driver? Then we've crossed the line now and it's going to be an 11.5, putting himself P4.
Első helyen állunk.
Good stuff indeed.
Okay, mate, our best lap so far, 1 minute 10.0.
This first outing in qualifying, then we've got Hungry Styles, and of course last week's race winner then by quite a margin indeed as well then, and we'll see what he can do then. Can he replicate the form then here in Zandvoort as well then as we head into sector 3 then? It's 49.0 in sector 2 then. Let's see what the rest of the lap is going to hold then for the Hungry Styles then as we head through into that final corner then. There's a bit of traffic further ahead there, some Red Bull then coming through as we go round that final corner then.
And we're 11th in the speed trap, 326.2 kilometers per hour.
P3 with a 10.3 as well then for the Racing Bull Driver, just ahead of Groove Ninja onto the second row of the grid then for the Racing Bull Driver then. Good stuff indeed. Bottom down Championship Holland is on track as well, then we'll come back to him. Sam just starting it up, then Real Ashton is also going through sector 1, so we'll come back straight away to Bottom down actually as we head into sector 2, and then that Williams looking very calm and controlled then into sector 2 as well. That traffic getting out of the way, that's his teammate I think there getting out of the way. Then that is not Groove Ninja, sorry, it's Steve Anthony then who's on and out lap there. But let's see what Dynamo Dan can do then as we head into sector 2. There's a bit of traffic, goodness me, that Alpine was not sure where it was going there, was he? But hopefully for Dynamo Dan, goodness sake, that didn't cost him any time then in this lap as we go through then into sector 3 now. That Alpine might be in his bad books then, if that's cost him a bit of lap time as well. We'll find out after the qualifying session there. But now we head through the final corner then for Dynamo Dan. Then can he get himself back on the top then, where of course he wants to be, to try and challenge the likes of Smithy and the likes of Reflection. It's pole position as it stands with a 9.9, the first driver into the 9s tonight as well then. Fantastic qualifying lap indeed then from Dynamo Dan. They're looking very strong here in Zandvoort as well. Then Real Ashton's under 11.1, puts himself P6 then onto the third row of the grid then, knocking Vintage down to P7. Then here comes Smithy Almighty then in at the Ferrari. Then we've just had Sand jump up to P4, then Smithy's done a 10.5, puts himself P7 here. We've got yellow flags there. I think that's for a car slowing down a bit. Then Mr. Elite is also on a flying lap as well, as is Stephen Anthony then going through in towards sector 2 now, as we'll come back to all of that then, because we've got who have we got first is the question then. Go through then into this. I can't keep track of everyone here. I think we've got Mr. Elite. No, we'll stay on board with the Alpine deal, Mr. Elite, as we head into sector 3 now. Then 10 minutes to go in this qualifying session to sort out the field, then sort out the grid then for the start of the Grand Prix. And now heading into the final corner we go then for Mr. Elite. And let's see what this first time's going to be then for the Alpine machine. Heading round that final corner then up to the line then. The
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
We head up to the line for Mr. Elite. It's P4 with a 10.2. Puts himself onto the second row.
Na jó, gyerünk, apátok meg pirítani. Oda kell pirítani, gyerünk. Egy jó kört össze kell rakni, gyerünk.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Okay. De már megint itt van ez a Merci, hát nem hiszem el. Na gyerünk gyerekek! Meg kell csinálni, pole pozícióba kell lenni. Nem jó passz. Bazd meg, hát nem hiszem el. Nem tudok javítani. Nem találjuk az időt. Hát én ezt nem hiszem. Nem tudunk, nem találunk.
What's the race leader, what's the championship leader, sorry, going to say about this one? He's got pole position with a 9.6 here then, and that's a statement of intent then from the championship leader as well. Then looking good indeed then with a 9.6 and fantastic. Smithy Almighty's jumped up to P3 with a 9.3 as well. Fantastic stuff indeed from Smithy, and looking pretty good indeed as well then for the Ferrari outfit. And of course Smithy is P2 at the Drivers' Championship. He's no slouch indeed then, but he has got himself into the mix as well then in the last few minutes of qualifying here as well then. Goodness me. Here comes Mr. Elite then. He's going back to the lead. He's on 10.2 and he is a fan from this lap time because he did a 10.2 on his previous outing, didn't he? So there we go. Then Mushrooms back up the circuit then as well. Then Rosa Sky's also coming through the final couple of corners then for the kick Sauber machine.
Right, so far our best lap 1:10.0. We're currently 6th in the speed trap, 326.2 kilometres per hour.
The nines are rolling in now as we get ourselves through into the
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the car out onto the track.
And they themselves back out the circuit as well here. Howdy then is, but not Howdy, it's Reflection coming back to the pits as well then, so Howdy is deep.
Nem tudjuk összerakni a kört. És már megint jön ez a hülye Mercedes-es is. És már hetedikek vagyunk. Nem tudom. Nem tudom, hogy mit baszunk el. A második szektorunk szar, meg a harmadik. Gyerünk Bálint, rakjuk össze. 1.096. De meg tudjuk csinálni. Gyerünk, légy. Tedd össze magad. Nagyon gyenge, 7. hely. Gyerekek. Megint közel vagyunk, bazd meg valaki.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Aztán. Gyerünk. Nem tudtuk megcsinálni. 2 tized. Ennyi volt benne. Bánsz meg már negyedike. Az szép.
30 seconds left in the session.
Jó, hát ez van, gyerekek.
At best here then, Mr. Elite is having a bit of a problem coming out of the final corner. And that was Ballot, I think, coming back to the pits as well. So they're both in close proximity going into the pit lane. San then is coming through then into, as Ballott's retired, then in the pits as well. San coming through then into finish off a lap. Then there's a Red Bull there. Goodness me, that Red Bull's pretty close indeed. And needs to make sure he gets out of the way. Might give San a bit of a tow here as well, going forward to that start-finish line. Then here he is. And yes, it's
szerintem még ő meg fog előzni ezzel.
Ahead of Mushroom for the time as well. Then Reflection's gone fast.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that because here comes Groove Ninja then up to right. He stays P9 and Donovan down his next crossline. But Reflection then at 9.5 then for the Aston Martin then has stolen it away then from
Ötödik hely.
and from Smithy as well. Then he's got a 10th per second gap there to 100 Stars as next rival. Donovan down has had something to say about that as well then, to be fair, because he's done a 9.6 and puts himself back on the front row then as the championship challenger. Fantastic stuff indeed. As Vintage jumps up to P13 with a 10.4, then puts himself in the next and does and Liam's very across the line as well, then Liam's still
A 5. hely. Ja.
So that's qualifying, and Sam's taking the scenic route to the session. But there we are then. Reflection then is your pole position then for the Dutch Grand Prix, and well then indeed then to Reflection then of course championship leader then is trying to fight off his challengers as well. Then Dynamo Dan is looking pretty strong here as well. Then in P2, Hungry Styles as well. Then has had a fantastic race last week then, and is looking to replicate the form as well then for the Racing Bull team. Then Smithy Almighty then as well is up there as well. Another challenger as well. Another challenger for the championship, I should say, as we round off qualifying here as well then. There we go. Housey and me always close, says Stephen Anthony as well. Then, yes, it both only was that. I can't do the maths really. 53,000 a second, I think that is. Not too far away. A breadth of a whisker then as well. Then, and that is qualifying done and dusted here in Zambia. We can get ourselves onto the race now, and 36 laps of action to unfold here in front of our eyes as well. Then, so Reflection then is on pole position. Then Dynamo Dan on the first row. Then Hungry Styles and Smithy make up the second row. Ballot and Rosa Sky on the third row of the grid. Then San and Mushroom on the fourth row. Groove Ninja and Mr. Elite on the fifth row. Then Housey and Stephen Anthony on the sixth row. Then Vintage and Real Ashton on the seventh row. Liam and Hakusa then on the eighth row, and the Dark Shadow then P17. Unfortunately, Winnie and Stead and Slayer then haven't woken up tonight to get ourselves into the other issues going on. So there we go. But
Apát csak ennyit már lejjebb venni.
The 36 laps of racing here as well. So we'll wait and see how the weather is going to unfold here tonight as well, because that could be a bit of a factor, I'm sure. Get ourselves started. And it looks like it's nice and sunny here, so that's fantastic stuff for me as well.
Nem merem lejjebb venni.
Right then, the drivers now will be sorting out their lovely strategies and getting stuff sorted and whatnot, and we will be able to crack on hopefully just jiffy.
Nem merem lejjebb venni, gyerekek. A múltkori beégés után nem vesszük lejjebb az üzemanyagot, mert nagyon gáz. Na, ők keményen indulnak. A holland pályát ismerem is, tényleg nagyon foly. Lehet lejjebb eltük volna a versenyre. Beteszem lémbe, gyerekek. Jön már. Hát ez kemény lesz amúgy, gyerekek. Okosan kell. Jó rajt. Oda kell figyelni, mert biztos, hogy nagy daráló lesz. Oké.
Okay, good parking there, mate. Now we need to make sure we get a great launch as the race starts.
Jó van. Kell egy jó rajt. Na, sok siker, gyerek. Nyomjuk. Jó rajt. Megvan. Nem férünk oda. Nyilván.
Right, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Come on.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
Jó megy. Menni kell.
Green flag. Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety car's out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down, maintain positive delta.
Na váltsunk szárnyálást, vagy ne? Nem tudom. Nem tudom, hogy jó ötlet volt-e kint maradni, nem lett volna jobb. Ó, mit csinál? Úristen! Na mit mondtok? Váltsunk szárnyat, vagy ne? Ki van itt?
Had that wheel issue before, hasn't he, as well, then, which cost him a few places in previous races as well. And so, unfortunately, reflection is out of F1 and that's going to be costing him. Hakusa might want to pit again then potentially here then to reserve that 10-second buffer, staying out there for the Red Bull team. Catch up then to that as well then. We've got 16 runners and riders there. We've got 30 laps to go here in Zandvoort then, so we'll stay tuned and see how many we can join. But of course, points down to 15th then in bronze, so there's still more to play for then into that final point to pay position going then in here. But of course, he's now had to catch up with the pack as well. You see, he's had to unschedule pit stop as well, and the safety car forced him back into contention here, as it has for Mr. Elite as well, going through into Tarzan corner. He did a bit of a shuffle on to catch up with the pack, and he has now caught up to the pack here.
Safety car in this lap, safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
Okay.
Okay, clear. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. got a lot of spare energy.
Okay.
To use your overtake button.
Nyugodjál meg.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Mit csinálsz mögöttem, bazd meg? Köszönjük. Hogy állunk a gumikkal? Biztos akarsz változtatni a... Nem tudom amúgy. Nem biztos, hogy kell változtatni. Nem kaptam DRS-t, bassza meg.
Green flag.
Menni kell.
Okay, we can take you this lap. Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Változtattunk? Változtattunk.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Nyomni kell neki, mint az állat. Nyomni kell nagyon azt a kört. Nem szabad beragadni senki mögé. Nyomni kell. Igen, csak ezekkel lesz problémám, ezekkel a faszokkal, akik itt majd keménykedni fognak, figyeld meg. Átölti a kocsit arra, hogy keménykedjen. Jaj, nem akarsz kijönni a boxba. Faszom. Nem állunk jól.
No issues with tyre wear for now.
Kösz. Isten vagy. Hát te egy Isten vagy, nem tudom ki volt. Köszi. Igen. Bassza meg, de szarul megyünk.
ERS is low, ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD or lift a little with gentle braking into corners to recharge it.
Nem vezetett jót. Visszatapáltás.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.6 seconds.
Ne csináld. Biztos, nem tudom odaadni.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Okay.
Okay, there's a Ferrari driver ahead. Time last lap, 1 minute 13.1. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 3.6 seconds. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. We're falling back by around 1.2 seconds a lap. Come on, 0.7 seconds.
Az biztos, hogy nem. De... De miért nem? Safety car. Muito.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
To próbujemy. Hogy a faszomba tud meglépni? Megint pont annyi.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Well done.
Meg kell csinálni. Nem lesz ez jó. Ki kellett volna jönni. Megpróbálni a két jellel. Honnan van ennyi elszed? Azt nem értem, honnan szed. Nem hiszem el, szintük ez a szari, és ráadásul hamar jöttünk, az a baj, hogy túl hamar jöttem a boxba. De az a baj, szenvedtünk. De maradni kellett volna. Ez a baj, aki két kiálláson volt, meg fog jönni, és azt fog megenni minket. Megint nagyon messziről indulunk.
McLaren driver ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres, and the time last lap, 1:14.1.
Hihetetlen. Le fognak minket vadászni, bajunk. Passzamat a... Maradj bent.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 8.0 seconds.
Gyere, gyere, gyere. Azt kell elnyomni.
You should be feeling the effects of some tyre wear soon, so stay on your toes.
Ne csinálj hülyeséget, kérlek.
Okay, gap ahead, 9.6 seconds. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. And gap to the car in front, 11.4 seconds.
Ez az, Bibi. Úristen, gyerekek! Úristen!
What a victory indeed then for Smith the Almighty. Then Styles then in P2 then by 12 thousandths of a second. My goodness me. And wow, that was crazy stuff indeed then. Wow. What a finish then. Styles then looked to make the move then. And unfortunately couldn't quite get it by 12 thousandths of a second. And Smith the Almighty with a fantastic victory here in Zandvoort then. What a race then. What a race to the finish then between these two. Absolutely brilliant then from both the Racing Bull driver of Styles in P2 and Smith the Almighty in P1 for Ferrari then. What a race win then indeed. And Ballin then does get the final podium place as well then in the McLaren. Then he finishes his I think it's his fourth whole-time race then on the podium then as well. Then Mushroom in P4, a brilliant result then as well. There's Housen P5, Mistral in P6, San in P7, Groove Ninja in P8 in the end then. Dynamo Dan rounds off that battle then in P9, unfortunately with that 10-second penalty then as well. Vintage in P10 then, good result from Vintage. And Stephen Anthony back up into P11 then, 5 points on the board then for Stephen Anthony. And congratulations indeed there for that fantastic recovery as well then. Haku I think then got himself P12. And I've lost my voice. Real Ashton, I think it was Liam in P13 and Real Ashton in P14 then to round off the grid then. But wow, what a race that was then indeed. As well. But I need to go to bed. There we are then, the celebrations going on the podium then. We'll get a quick view of the classification then and some interviews. Get there eventually. But there we are then. This is the classification then for the Dutch Grand Prix. Then Smithy and Whitey then with the victory. Then Hungry Styles P2 by 12 thousandths of a second. Then Ballant then P3. Mushroom in P4. Then Housey in P5 with the fastest lap point as well. Then Mr. Elite then P6. Then San in P7. Groove Ninja P8. Dynamo Dan in P9 with that 10-second penalty, unfortunately. Vintage P10. Stephen Anthony P11. Then Haku in P12. Real Ashton P13. Liam in P14 in the end. Then, and unfortunately, Rosa Sky, Dark Shadow and Reflection did not finish the Grand Prix. So there we are. Right, I'm out of breath. We'll get some interviews away. Smithy Almighty then, we'll start off with you. A fantastic race victory then. Calculated all the way then, but how was that race from your point of view?
I'm sweating my pants off. That was amazing. That was brilliant.
You got yourself the race victory in the end there as well then, by 12 thousandths of a second. Then I think we have to double check this. Just the closest race finishes in ALR history, to be sure. But and I think as well then. Were you calculating that? Did you just know that you had to be the second driver then to get the DRS then onto the main straight?
Yeah, essentially from about 30, I knew I had to start playing it safe because Hungry Styles, I don't know how he was doing it. He was just staying so consistently fast through the first and second sector, which meant when he got to the third sector, he must have had loads of ERS saved up or something because he was flying. I had to just try and use my ERS to try and keep up with him and stay with him, but yeah, there was a couple of times where I nearly lost it, and then I had to use my ERS again to get back in his DRS. It was just a constant up and down for me the whole race. So yeah, it was just for me all about them last couple of laps in the end.
And another race victory then puts yourself in the championship lead as well. Then after Reflections wheel connection issues, which unfortunately cost him his place in the race at all then today. But now back into the top of the championship then for yourself then with 7 rounds to go then in this season. Then what's the plan then going into Zandvoort? Not Zandvoort, we've done that one. Monza next week.
Still the same as it's always been, race by race. Like I say, you've got Hungry Styles. He's now massively in contention. There's definitely still a chance for him to get it all mixed up in the fight as well. So, yeah, I'm at the moment I'm just trying to. That'll be business as usual for them, and they'll have a very, very, very hard job on their hands to stay at top.
And well, congratulations as well then for the race win tonight. Then we'll jump on to our next victim, Hungry Styles. Then a P2 tonight. Then after a fantastic race, as Smithy has just said as well. Then a fantastic Grand Prix for the both of you there. But to miss out then by 12 thousandths of a second, then are you disappointed then, or are you just happy with that fantastic Grand Prix? Okay. Well, you can't hear you.
Styles, you're muted.
And like I said, you can't take anything away from yourself there as well. To be fair, because it was up to the last lap onto the last last straight. Then it was either of you two to win that race, and absolutely fantastic Grand Prix racing from both of you as well. Then, as Smithy said as well, then he thinks you might be up there then for the next few races as well, and potentially get yourself into the Championship Challenge as well. What's your thoughts there as well, going through into Monza next week, and obviously into the next few races as well? good to hear somebody else likes street tracks, not just me. But congratulations as well, then, Stars, then for the fantastic result tonight as well. There, Ballint then in P3, then first podium I think of the bronze career then for Ballint. How are you feeling after that Grand Prix?
Hello guys. Yeah, it's very good, but I'm very disappointed. At the end, I don't really know what happened. It was really tough with my teammate. We had agreed don't fight each other, but already in the first lap he was battling me. His wings were set with less downforce, so he was much faster on the straight. I tried to dive underneath, but I didn't work out. Later he started struggling with his tire, gave me tears, and then I returned the favor. After that, I'm not really sure what happened. So yeah.
Well, I don't know what happened there as well then, but you got yourself on your first podium of the season then. Are you happy with the podium, or did you expect more from this race?
Yes, I'm very happy with that. The last race, I ran out fuel in a Hungarian GP and lost the 5 positions, so it's very cool podium. Yeah, but its reflection doesn't out. So yeah, P4, but it's very cool. In the podium, it's a first podium. But I think I have a penalty Daimodan. I don't know what happened. He just turned on to me in the first sector maybe. And yeah, I don't know what happened. But it's racing.
I'm sure we'll see after the race then. But congratulations tonight then as well. Then first podium of the season as well for Ballint. Then rounding off the podium here in Netherlands. And congratulations as well to all podium drivers as well. Then and thank you very much for joining us as well. We'll be back in action tomorrow night then with the 100% League. More action then in Singapore of all places as well. So that's going to be fun stuff. So stay tuned to ALR tomorrow night. Then there's plenty more action coming up then, and we'll see you soon. Cool beans.
Oh, what a race. Styles, man. That was
very
fucking...
difficult, yeah. It's the first
brilliant.
few laps. I'm coming to you guys, but I don't have enough pace to reach them, Smithy.
To be fair, I think I got lucky a couple of times. I think that was with Luke and even Vintage. I saw you out when I saw them coming your DRS Stars. I was like, oh, I'm fucked here. And then the first opportunity I had to get past them, I had to take it. If not, you'd have dropped me 100%.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to many more this season, mate.
Yeah, I want to undercut in the first stint, but it's not enough. I don't know what happened. It's three laps before you come in the pits, and I go to undercut for these guys, and not cool. It's not working. I don't know what happened. These tires, it's hard tires. It's first few laps, it's struggling.
Yeah, mine took a couple to get into the window.
Yeah, of course, it's a Hungarian league. You don't have a tire temperature, so yeah, it's difficult. And I don't understand this game because I'm faster than a full traction without.
Alright, chaps, I need to get heading off. I will catch you guys later. Cheers, Alex.
Catch you in a bit. Well done, guys.
Yeah, well done, thank you. Ciao. Ez komoly volt, guys. Ez komoly volt, ha nem állítottuk le a színet. Hát, köszönöm srácok, hogy néztetek. Hát ez kemény volt. Na, legközelebb Szingapúrban.